What's good, YouTube? It's Ray Drill. So in today's video, I actually got part 2 of my gun bunch tight end mini scheme. So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn on post notifications on. Now let's hop right into this video. So as far as personnel, it doesn't really matter, but what I recommend personally, you have your best receiver right here in the slot, and you have a fast receiver right here on the outside, and you just have your third receiver right here. So you want your, I guess you could say personnel doesn't matter. You want your number 1 receiver right here, number 2 right here, and then finally you want your third best receiver right there. Now, the only play I'll be talking about in today's video is going to be PA boot over, and the reason why is because there's so many great setups that you can do out of this particular play. So first, I will show you exactly how to bomb cover for a drop. So 2, yes, you can bomb it. So for this, you want to have your bunch to the short side of the field. Now for the setup, all you want to do is block your running back. You want to take X, put him on a drag. Now with circle, you either put him on a hitch if you want, or you can put him on a curl route. It's completely up to you. I personally like to do a hitch with circle, and then I like to take triangle, put him on a curl route. And then last setup, I like to take Calvin Ridley and motion him out. Now, one thing I will say, you actually want to make sure you step up in the pocket. Do not drift out the pocket. So I'll show you what happens if you drift out the pocket. For whatever reason, it's actually not going to get open. The safety is actually going to have time to recover. So let's say we drift out. So you see him pass him up. So now you see how he actually turns around and he's actually able to make a play on that. I'm going to show you what happens now when we actually step up in the pocket. So a lot of y'all might not think it makes a difference, but surprisingly, in this particular formation, it does. Now, I can't say that about every single beater, but what I can say in this particular formation, it does matter. So I like to double team the end right here, and then hopefully we get some time, and then you just want to step up, and then now you see how now we're able to get that throw out of there, and we actually had it under pressure and we're still able to fit that pass in there. And I'm gonna run it literally one more time, and I'm gonna show you gameplay because I don't want you to think that it was some type of fluke or anything. So take circle, put them on a hitch, triangle on a curl route, just like this, and you want to make sure you motion them out. I believe you can still motion snap it if you want to, but I kind of recommend letting them sit. But like I said, it just completely depends on you. So right there, I was gonna have them open, but check out this gameplay. Now, so next thing we're going to talk about is my favorite zone concept. So I'm going to show you 2 zone plays, and then the rest of them are going to be man coverage. So for zones, let's start off with cover for drop. And one thing I will say, if you've seen my video talking about my man glitch, then you remember how I hopped in practice mode, and it didn't work in practice mode, but I hopped the game and it works. So some plays are like that, and this particular setup is one of those. So in practice mode, it doesn't work as well, but in game, I find it works really good. But that setup that I'm talking about is going to take X, put them on the streak, R1 block them, and now from here I like to take square, put them on an in route, and I like to take circle, put them on a hitch, and then I like to motion this hitch over. So what this hitch is going to do, you want to wait till he gets to the numbers and snap the ball. It's going to pull down any flat defender, and a lot of times you'll be able to have that throw, and you want to lead past that hard to the sideline. And like I said, in cover 4, that's how it's going to look, but it's not going to be, they're not going to cover it that tight. So now I will show you against press coverage right here, because I was off. But like I said, I'll be able to show you in gameplay. You'll be able to see, because I do have gameplay on this, and you'll be able to see that I make this throw all the time in game. But if you want to be sure, then I just recommend kind of drifting out the pocket, and you want to throw that hard on the sideline. So actually I threw it way too early right there, but you kind of want to wait and then throw it. But like I said, in practice mode, for whatever the reason, I don't know why, they actually do a great job of playing this concept. Like they don't, they're smart enough to play it, but for some reason in game mode they're not smart enough to play it. It makes literally 0 sense to me, but that's just the way it is. But right here we do have cover 3, you can tell. Want to wait for him to get there, and it's going to suck down any zone over there. So right here, cover 3 is going to be way easier to throw against, but cover 4, for whatever reason, they do a better job of it. I'm not too sure why, but I will show you cover 3 again. And then also, I want to show you what else is open, so I'm not going to really hop into replay much. I'm going to try to practice on just seeing if y'all could just get it without me having to go in replay mode so much. But I don't mind. Trust me, I don't. So if you rather that, then just let me know. But right there, you're going to have X. You want to lowball that pass. That's why I do go into replay, so I don't have to keep you know, feel like I need to run the play over to show y'all. So actually I will actually go into replay on this particular one. So I at least want to go on replay once so you can understand what your read progressions are. So read progressions, if they're not zone dropping, then he's going to be way up here or somewhere up there. He's not going to be right here. So if they're zone dropping, they're not going to just sit right there because it's not going to get sucked down. So you'll be able to have this open. So this always wants to be your first read. Now your second read is going to be this in route. As you can tell, I should have threw it right here. I had all day to throw that. I just threw it way late. But this is your second read right here. So it's going to force the user, whether he's on a hook curl or one of these, and he can't user, and if he's on a safety, of course, he has to take that streak or he's going to give up a one-play touchdown. But so as you can tell, he's going to have to user this, and then what's going to happen is that's going to open up this, and like I said, if he zone drops, we're going to have this. So that's why I said it's like a boom, boom, boom read. So even if you wasn't comfortable in cover 4, you'll always have that little in route, and then also you can also run the setups that I showed you in part 1, you know, and those will do just fine. But anyways, I do want to show you against man coverage right here real quick. Actually, cover 2. Let's go cover 2. Let's go and press. Now it's the same thing that's going to happen against cover 2. So I'm not going to hop into replay mode. It's legit the same exact reads. I just actually want to show you what's going to happen. And if you accidentally put them on a smoke screen, it's fine. It'll do the same. Oh, no, it won't. Yeah, well, yeah, it will. So it's still pulling them down. I wasn't sure. I normally don't ever put them on a smoke screen. So it kind of threw me off for a second. But you can still put them on a smoke screen technically. And right here, I'm going to show you just off coverage with cover 2. Just that it doesn't matter whether they're pressed or not. He's still going to get sucked into that animation no matter what. So right here, you see we do have a hitch. So I like the hitch better because it pulls them down a whole lot faster. So right here, you see him fly down, and then now we're going to have that just right over the top, and there's just going to be almost nothing that they can do about that. So that's why I do like that against cover 2. And against man coverage, I don't really like it. But I'll talk about man coverage here in a second when I want to talk about man. But let's actually look at the second setup that I like for this play. So for the second setup, you want to take X, put him on a streak. Take circle, not circle, take R1, block him. Then from here, you still want to take square, put him on an in route, but you want to motion it out. So this is good because if you have not seen part 1, I recommend you check it out. So we do have a play where we motion him out, and we're actually attacking this left side of the field. So it's going to make the user want to actually commit to that side, and then we're going to make them pay pretty much. So we're going to have that in route wide open, but as you can see, they do a great job of covering that crosser right there. So sometimes you can wait for a route bounce if you want, but because a lot of times they're going to play cover 4 drop, they're not going to rush a lot of people. And I'll explain why that route bounce would even get open in the first place. So for whatever reason, if that's not open, so like I said, I was thinking about my other play. So this is always going to be your first read. This can, in this particular setup, this can be your first read because the user is not going to want to come down and guard that. And if he does, then he's going to be giving up either this or this. And so I do want to talk about this route next. So this route is good because if they are zone dropping their guys to cover this, then obviously he's going to be up here, and this is going to be an easy dot on the sideline possession catch. But for whatever reason, if they aren't, let's say they're just using this guy or they're using this guy, and they decide to take away this. So what I was saying was you could wait for a route bounce because a lot of times they're running cover 4 drop. They're only going to be rushing 3 people max. Sometimes they can rush 4, but I don't even think there's a defense that has cover 4 drop with 4 rushing. So they're always going to be rushing 3 with a spy maybe or something like that. So like I said, you can drift out the pocket and just look for a route bounce, or you can playmaker somebody so you can, you know, try to playmaker him this way and wait for a route bounce to come back up here. So that's what I highly recommend. If for some whatever reason, if cover 4 actually does play this in game, which it does, which I haven't had it, so maybe they could do some type of update where it does. I'm not sure, but that's just the way I recommend it. So next, I do want to talk about cover 3, and let's go and press. So take X, put them on the streak, block your running back, take square, put them on the in route. And this is an easy quick snap play, as you can tell. Boom. I can go ahead and snap the ball, and I'm looking for square. You see I have square wide open. And I mean, just look at triangle. I mean, that's just easy at that point. So there's literally no reason for me to go on replay because that's the same exact reads. Now against cover 2, it's going to be the same exact thing. Now in cover 2, if they have a mid read, the mid read will match that crosser route in this particular setup. They actually will. So I'm not going to show that, but most people will run their cover 2 like this. I'm pretty sure you know that. They might just go using this guy, or they could use this guy, or they could put, you know, they'll probably run a setup like this, honestly, and they'll probably try to use this guy. So I'll kind of show you that right here. So take X, put them on a streak, block your running back. And also, one thing I will mention, you can run this play stock. You can, and you just want to put X on the like delay fade and then just roll out the pocket, throw a delay fade. You can do that. I just didn't want to talk about that, but that is a very viable thing that you can do. So let's say you do that. Let's say they do put them in a spy, right? So a lot of times you can be able to still throw that. But if you don't want to throw that, I will show you what else you can do. But that's always going to be an option. So if you recognize cover 2, you can recognize it right off the gate. And like I said, that's if they're even putting them in a spy. Some people might not, especially if you have somebody like Matt Ryan. But I will show you this right here. Go ahead and motion them out, snap the ball. So let's say they do spy. So we're already drifting that way. And then you see triangle's gonna get wide open, of course. And like I said, you can always have a route bounce. I was trying to throw circle, but you can always have a route bounce. So that you're either gonna have square or triangle, or if they zone drop, then you're gonna have between triangle and circle. And I'll explain that here in just a second. So like I said, if they do like this kind of coverage, then you can roll out the pocket a tiny bit to make this spy move, and you can throw this ball right here, and that's an easy completion. Or what's gonna happen is if he's zone dropping the cornerback, then he's going to be up here, and we're going to have this easy little dot on the sideline. And if the user wants to go chase that, then a lot of times we could just maybe stop and playmaker this guy, or you could let him keep running. So it just depends. You just really want to read the user. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, this last setup that I want to show you, or setups I should say, is going to be against man coverage and man coverage specifically. Now, they can beat zones, but I love it against man coverage. Now, right here you see I did switch to a lighter set, so we do have 3 down linemen. So if they want to come out and run stock man with deep blues and just use this guy, with a setup that I really love is just take an X, put him on a streak. Well, not a streak, I'm going to put him on a delay fade. I like blocking my running back. Now from here, I'll take square, put him on a slant, and then I'm going to motion him over. So this is going to force your opponent to have to start playing purples, which is something they probably don't want to do, and I'll explain why exactly that is. So as you can tell, I'm actually going to take the sack right here because I actually do want to hop into replay with this particular setup, and I want to show you exactly why they're going to be forced to have to play purples. And when you start forcing your opponent to have to play purples, that's what's going to open up this next concept that I like. So right here, the reason I say that is because this route right here. So if you notice this route right here, if you notice Russell Gage right here, he's actually not on the line of scrimmage, and there's going to be no way you can get a cornerback to actually line up and press him. So the reason why this is good, as you can see, because he's the one that's responsible for him right here, and this is press, and that actually allows him not to be able to be pressed either, just because of how the alignments are. But anyways, even if they get this cornerback to align correctly and actually play him somewhat closer, he's never going to get pressed, never. So he's always going to have that free release. And this is Russell Gage against I believe that's Nickerson. Oh no, it's Sullivan. But either way, Russell Gage only has 89 speed, so this route is pretty much always going to be open, and you don't even need speed. So right here, as you can tell, I could easily throw that, maybe possession it, and right here, this is going to be your best receiver, so 9 times out of 10 he will get a win animation. And of course, you know the backside slant, so they're going to have this backside slant to worry about, this route that can't get pressed, and we also have a deep crosser, which we know is going to torch man coverage. So you can tell if they're going to play too high, these two are just not going to be able to do anything. They're not even going to be. They're going to be a non-factor. And even if they put him in maybe a mid-read, not mid-read, if they put him in a middle hook, the deep middle. They put him in a deep middle or something, and maybe purple him. Then look, we have an easy read right here between this route. This route should be covered, so we have an easy read between this route and this route. So now you're starting to see why I said, what if they start double purpling? Well, they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to double purple to even try to take away this concept. So when they start trying to do that, what I like to do, let's go and set it up. So let's say they do press, right? So let's go and press, do just like this. And I'm not calling anything because I'm gonna show y'all that they actually just don't get press animations on this receiver right here. So now what I like to do from this, just motion them out. That's literally all I like to do. So the reason why is because now we can open up that middle of the field. Hopefully I get enough time so I can show you. And hopefully I don't get screamed at. So as you can tell, a lot of times you'll be able to, I actually threw that way too early. But as you tell, we did get a nice animation right there. And I will run it again. But also, make sure you pay attention to Russell Gage's route. Because like I said, he just does not get pressed. And I'm not calling over the top or anything. So they're actually supposed to do press animations. So right here, delay fade. And just motion them out. Now you can motion snap it, or you can let them set. I think if you let them set is better, because if they are shading over the top, then especially if you have a good release player, then a lot of times he'll get a win animation. As you can see right there, we actually do get a win animation. And then that post, a lot of times you'll be able to just pass lead that out, let them go run for it. As you can tell right there, we do get a big gain. So that's gonna wrap up for part 2 of my bunch tight end mini scheme. So if you enjoyed this mini scheme, let me know in the comments. Like I said, I really do love hearing from y'all. So if you just want to tell me, what's up or whatever, just tell me how you like in the scheme. Just talk to me about anything. I really like responding to y'all and being interactive with y'all. But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I'm Rage Rail and I'm out.